When I started diving deep into female psychology and the mysteries of attraction, I came across a phrase that completely shifted my perspective. If a woman doesn't respect you, she'll never love you. Simple, yet absolutely true. But here's the thing. The kind of respect a woman needs to feel for you is different from what you'd expect from friends or colleagues. It runs deeper, more instinctual, and when you get it right, it changes everything before we dive into the real game. Take a second to hit that like button and subscribe. Not only does it support the channel, but it ensures you don't miss out on more life-changing insights like this. Plus, it helps this message reach more people who need to hear it. So can I count on you? All right, let's get into it. Most advice out there sticks to the basics. Set boundaries, hit the gym, be a gentleman. Good tips, sure, but they're not what make a woman truly respect and desire you on a deeper level. Today we're talking about the kind of respect that makes her fall hard for you. The two types of respect. Respect isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It has layers and understanding. These layers can make or break how women perceive you. Grandfather respect, this is warm, familiar and comforting, but it lacks spark. It's the kind of respect that lands you squarely in the friend zone, a place no man with purpose wants to be emperor. Respect, this is the ultimate form of respect, the kind that commands admiration, attraction, and even quiet awe. It's reserved for men who seem larger than life, the ones she can't stop thinking about. So how do you shift from the harmless platonic grandfather respect to the powerful magnetic emperor? Respect isn't given, it's earned, as the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Too many men try to earn respect the wrong way, by being overly accommodating, relying on charm, or chasing validation. These tactics usually backfire, leaving you trapped in an endless cycle of seeking approval instead of commanding respect. The key: embody authority. Think of a police officer. He doesn't demand respect. He simply exudes it through his role, his confidence, and his quiet power. How to earn emperor respect: set boundaries without apology. Stop people pleasing. Respect is born when you know your worth and stand firm in your values. Master the art of less is more. Instead of flooding her phone with texts, send one powerful thought-out message that spurs curiosity. Silence, when used correctly, speaks louder than words lead don't follow. Women are drawn to men who are grounded in purpose. When you own your space, your presence becomes magnetic. Radiate calm, unshakable confidence. Think of a lion in the wild. It doesn't need to roar to command attention. Its mere presence does the talking. At its core, respect isn't about fear, it's about fascination. It's what makes her lean in, not pull away. And the secret to this: mastering yourself. Because when you embody self-mastery, the world around you shifts in your favor. Your transformation begins now. Moving from grandfather to emperor. Respect is about choosing to lead instead of follow. It's about living a life so grounded in confidence and purpose that respect becomes a natural byproduct. So affirm this to yourself: I am shifting from being overlooked to commanding respect. I am building my presence, my boundaries, and my worth. Say it out loud, let it sink in, because this is your moment to step into the role of the emperor, the man who leads with strength and magnetism. And trust me, this is just the beginning. If you think you've seen it all, think again. We're going deeper into what it takes to move from being liked to being unforgettable authenticity, staying true to yourself without losing respect. One of the biggest mistakes men make in relationships is molding themselves into what they think a woman wants, abandoning their passions, changing their values, or even reshaping their entire lifestyle just to gain approval. But let's be clear, this isn't about being selfish, it's about self-respect. Imagine this: if you decide to quit smoking, it should be because you want better health, not because someone else pressured you into it. When changes are made purely to please someone else, it tests the foundation of your identity. And whether they realize it or not, women pick up on this instinctively. They're drawn to men who are firm in their convictions, men who don't sway with every gust of approval seeking. If you find yourself changing your look, your habits, or even your career just to impress someone, you're not only losing your individuality, you're also losing the very respect you're trying to earn. The key is balance. A woman should complement your life, not control it. She's not meant to reshape you, but to walk beside you as an equal partner in your journey. That doesn't mean ignoring her opinions or being combative. It means handling disagreements with calm confidence. If she questions your choices, resist the urge. To get defensive instead, let your actions speak louder than words. True strength is demonstrated, not debated, and this is where stoicism comes in. Maintaining an unwavering, steady demeanor. Not bending under pressure leaves a lasting impression. It's this quiet confidence that commands both respect and attraction. Don't lose yourself in love. Think about movies where the hero sacrifices everything for love. It looks noble on the surface, but in real life, losing yourself for someone else is a disaster waiting to happen. Picture a man who gives up his passions, friendships, and ambitions just to keep a relationship going. Over time, resentment builds, and what started as love turns into frustration. Why? Because the foundation of that relationship wasn't mutual respect, it was sacrifice. True respect comes from staying grounded in who you are. It's about showing through your actions that you value your happiness just as much as you value the relationship. So ask yourself, are you making choices that reflect your true desires and values? Or are you changing just to seek validation? How can you strike the balance between being a loving partner and staying true to yourself? These questions matter because they uncover the habits that lead to stoic happiness. A life where you're at peace with yourself, radiating confidence and earning respect effortlessly. The lesson here is simple. Respect starts with you stand firm in your principles, make decisions for yourself, and build a relationship where both people grow together, not at the cost of one person's identity. And when you embody this mindset, you won't just gain respect. You'll create a deeply fulfilling relationship that stands the test of time. Stop apologizing without reason. Gentlemen, one of the simplest yet most powerful shifts you can make is this. Stop apologizing when you don't need to. This isn't about arrogance or refusing to admit when you're wrong. It's about protecting your self-respect, maintaining your dignity, and embodying the unshakable confidence that defines high-value men. Too many men fall into the trap of over-apologizing, thinking it will smooth things over. But let me tell you, unnecessary apologies can erode a woman's respect for you faster than you realize. Respect isn't something you ask for. It's something you command through your actions, your words, and your unwavering confidence. When to apologize and when not to. Let's break this down into three key situations. One, when she's upset over something trivial, say you lightly teased her and she didn't take it well. Don't immediately rush to apologize. Instead, use humor to diffuse the tension. Tease her back playfully, make her laugh, and move on with confidence. A man who stays steady in small emotional waves shows he's not easily rattled. And that's attractive. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength too. When you've made a small mistake, maybe you forgot an important date or missed a dinner plan, own it briefly and sincerely say, I realize I missed something important to you, and I regret that. Then give her space to process it. But here's the key, don't grovel or over-explained apologies make you look weak. Stay calm and collected, and she'll respect how you handle the situation. 3, when you've truly messed up, if you've done something that genuinely breaches trust or causes deep hurt. This is where a heartfelt, direct apology is non-negotiable. Take full accountability, not out of desperation, but out of integrity. The bottom line, apologize when it truly matters, but never shrink yourself just to keep the peace. Respect yourself first, and others will follow the way you carry yourself. Sets the tone for how people treat you. Stop apologizing for things that don't require an apology. Stop sacrificing your identity to gain approval. When you stand firm in who you are, people, including women, will respect and admire you. Effortlessly master this mindset, and you'll not only command respect, you'll build a life where confidence, attraction, and fulfillment come naturally. And trust me, this is just the beginning. If you found this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe, because we're diving even deeper into what it takes to become the kind of man who earns respect. Effortlessly own your actions, but never apologize from desperation. A true high-value man isn't afraid to acknowledge his mistakes, but he never apologizes just for the sake of keeping the peace. When you genuinely mess up, express real remorse and make amends with clear actions. This isn't about groveling or seeking validation. It's about owning your growth. The ability to confront your flaws and work towards becoming better is what separates a strong man from the rest. Even in these moments, your apology should come from a place of strength, not desperation. As Epicus wisely put it, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. So take responsibility, but don't lose yourself in the process. Stop saying sorry when you've done nothing wrong. Now let's get back to a core principle. If you've done nothing wrong, stand your ground. Ask yourself, how often have you apologized just to avoid conflict? How many times have you said sorry when you weren't at fault just to smooth things over? Each unnecessary apology chips away at your self-respect, and over time it shifts how others perceive you. Women are incredibly attuned to confidence, and nothing speaks louder than a man who knows his worth. When you adopt a stoic mindset, you learn to separate emotional reactions from logical responses. You gain clarity, composure, and the ability to lead, rather than follow a challenge for you. Next time you feel the urge to apologize without reason, pause, reflect, ask yourself, am I apologizing because I actually did something wrong? Or am I apologizing out of fear of her reaction? If it's the latter, resist the urge. Instead, communicate clearly and calmly. When you speak with conviction, you show her that you're not just reacting, you're leading. And that's what leadership is. It's not about dominance, it's about setting the tone for respect, trust, and understanding. Respect starts with you. Respect is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. Without it, no amount of attraction, love, or passion can sustain a connection. And respect begins with you. When you embody the qualities of a high-value man, confidence, composure, and an unwavering sense of self-worth, you don't just earn respect, you inspire it. Start standing firm in your values. Eliminate unnecessary apologies. Watch how everything shifts, not just how she sees you, but how you see yourself. Ask yourself today, how can I build respect in every interaction? How can I start leading starting now? If you're ready to embrace the stoic mindset and become the high-value man you're meant to be, drop a comment saying, I know my worth. This journey is just beginning. What to do when she's in the wrong. In a world where respect is often in short supply, mastering your emotions and standing by your principles instantly sets you apart. When a woman makes a mistake or acts out of line, she's not just testing your patience, she's testing your emotional strength. Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. And this is exactly where the stoic principle of emotional composure comes into play. How a high-value man handles disrespect. Reacting emotionally only weakens your position. A calm, measured response shows maturity, and that commands respect. For example, she cancels a date last minute instead of getting upset or pleading. Respond with a simple, you're ruining your chances with me. Then say nothing. This one move speaks volumes. It communicates your standards without the need for drama. Boundaries. Respect. Holding someone accountable isn't about punishing them. It's about setting clear boundaries. A relationship thrives when mutual respect is present, and Stoicism teaches us that respect begins with the standards you set for yourself and others. If she apologizes for something small, assess her sincerity. Does her apology align with real change? But if the mistake is serious, like betrayal, then walking away isn't just an option, it's a necessity. Forgiving a major transgression, like infidelity, might seem noble, but from a Stoic perspective, it signals a lack of self-respect. Your value is non-negotiable. The art of emotional control. Modern life constantly tempts men to react emotionally instead of responding with wisdom. But at its core, Stoicism is about mastering yourself, especially in relationships. When you stay calm under pressure, clearly articulate your expectations, know when to walk away, you don't just gain her respect, you solidify your own self-worth. And that's not about playing games or acting distant. It's about knowing your value and never settling for less. Final thought, every moment in a relationship is an opportunity to stand firm or waver. And how you handle those moments determines whether you're seen as a man of value or just another guy seeking approval. So ask yourself, are you leading with confidence, or are you letting emotions control your actions? Master your mindset, your standards, and watch how respect naturally follows. If this resonates with you, drop a comment. I know my worth, the journey to becoming a high-value man. Starts now, respect is earned, not demanded every time you handle a situation with composure and clarity. You set a standard that others can't help but respect. Respect isn't something you can force. It's something you earn through your actions, and stoicism gives you the tools to do just that. So the next time she's in the wrong, see it as an opportunity, not for dominance, but to demonstrate the strength of your character by calmly holding her accountable and knowing when to let go. You embody what it truly means to be a high-value man. Stay true to these principles, and you'll find that respect both from her and from yourself naturally.
Follows the power of investment. Why less can mean more. One of the most overlooked principles in attraction is this: investment equals attraction, equal equals respect. Many men think that the more they give lavish gifts, expensive dinners, constant attention, the more a woman will love them. But here's the truth: attraction isn't about how much you give, it's about how much she invests. Why investment matters: when a woman invests her time, energy and emotions into a relationship, she values it more. Think of it like a piggy bank at first. It's just a container. But the more she deposits, the more protective she becomes of it. The same goes for relationships. When she feels like she's actively contributing to building something with you, her respect and emotional connection grow. She doesn't want to lose what she helped create. Now, this doesn't mean playing games or withholding affection. It's about balance. It's about letting her play an active role instead of carrying the entire relationship on your shoulder. Small shift, big impact. Let's bring this into real life. If you're always the one texting first, planning dates and solving problems, she may start to feel overwhelmed or take you for granted. But if you give her space to contribute, let her initiate, plan or problem solve, you'll see a shift. She starts to feel that her effort matters and that she's not just along for the ride, she's part of something meaningful. A tale of two men. Consider two different approaches. 1. The overg. Giver: a man who constantly gives without expecting anything in return. He believes his relentless generosity will win her love. But over time she becomes distant, not because she's ungrateful, but because she feels no ownership in the relationship. 2. The balanced leader. A man who allows his woman to contribute in her own way, sharing ideas, planning moments or working through challenges together. He notices that her respect and admiration grow because she now feels invested in what they share. This isn't manipulation. It's about creating a dynamic where both partners feel equally valued. The takeaway: ask yourself, are you creating space for her to invest in you? Are you letting her take part in building the relationship? Or are you doing all the work? Respect and attraction thrive on mutual effort, not one-sided giving. By mastering this balance, you embody stoic wisdom, self-awareness, and control, building a relationship that's rich in respect, admiration, and lasting intrigue. Let her invest. When she does, her attraction, respect, and commitment will skyrocket. Do you agree? Drop a comment below, yes or no. The power of consistency, the ultimate trust builder. If there's one trait that instantly earns respect, it's consistency. Think about it. When you say you'll do something and you follow through every time, what does that signal? It shows you're reliable, trustworthy, and a man of integrity. These qualities don't just make you a high-value man, they set you apart in a world where so many people fail to live up to their word. Why consistency commands respect? Consistency isn't just about doing what you said you would. It's about creating a pattern of dependability that proves your strength of character. As Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Good intentions mean nothing without action, and action means nothing without repetition. How to apply this? Show up. When you say you will be the kind of man whose words align with his actions, maintain your standards, even when it's inconvenient. When a woman sees that your actions are steady, predictable, and reliable, she feels secure and inspired by your leadership. That's how you command respect without ever having to demand it. Consistency. the ultimate respect. Builder, let's dive deeper. Why is consistency so crucial in relationships, especially if you want to be respected instantly? The answer lies in psychology. Human beings crave stability. When you show consistency, you provide a sense of security that people naturally gravitate toward. This is especially true for women who often seek a partner they can rely on emotionally, mentally, and physically. When your actions align with your words every single time, it eliminates doubt and builds trust. And trust, that's the foundation of respect. Without trust, respect is impossible to cultivate. Are you a man who delivers? Ask yourself, do you always follow through on your promises, or do you let excuses get in the way? High-value men don't make excuses. They find a way to deliver, no matter the circumstances. Real-life example, the power of follow-through. Picture, this: a man tells his partner he's working toward a promotion week after week. He puts in the effort, takes on challenging tasks, and shows steady progress. Eventually he earns the promotion, proving that his words weren't empty. His partner sees this and respects not just his work ethic, but also his unwavering consistency. Now contrast this with another man who talks a big game but never follows through. Which one commands more respect? The answer is obvious. Women are naturally drawn to men who embody what it means to win. They admire stoic men, those who stay calm, under pressure, remain focused on their goals, and consistently show up in all areas of life. Consistency isn't just about big promises. It's about the small things. Whoever heard the saying, "How you do anything is how you do everything"? Do you call when you say you will do? You show up on time? Do you keep your word? Even with the little things, these small, everyday acts of reliability compound over time, creating an image of you as a man who can be trusted and respected. As Aristotle wisely put it, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Consistency isn't a one-time effort. It's a lifestyle, and it's the hallmark of a high-value man. Before you can earn respect, you must first respect yourself. Here's a tough but necessary question. How consistent are you with your own self-respect? Before you can demand respect from others, you must first set high standards for yourself and stick to them. This means checkmark holding yourself accountable even when no one is watching, staying disciplined even when motivation fades, keeping your commitments to yourself. A stoic mindset teaches us to focus on what we can control, and one of the most important things you can control is your own actions. How do you handle challenges? Life isn't always smooth sailing. How you respond to adversity reveals your true character. High value. Men don't crumble under pressure. They remain steady, resilient, and determined. This is where a stoic mindset becomes your greatest weapon. Instead of reacting emotionally or impulsively, you approach challenges with logic and composure. You become a rock that others can lean on. You show emotional strength, one of the rarest and most attractive qualities a man can have. Women in particular admire a man who doesn't waver in the face of hardship. It signals true strength, not just physical or financial, but emotional strength, and that's invaluable. Respect is earned, not demanded. Respect isn't something you can force. It's something you earn through your actions. Consistency is the key that unlocks this respect. When you show up again and again in your words, your actions, and your character, you send a clear message. I am a man who can be trusted. I follow through. I deserve admiration. This is how you become a high-value man. This is how you command respect instantly. Your challenge: level up your consistency. How will you bring more consistency into your life starting today? What areas of your life need improvement? How can you ensure your actions align with your words every single day? Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying true to your values. Consistency isn't just a skill. It's a way of life, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have to embody, stoic strength and command respect in any situation. Emotional independence. The key to respect and attraction. Never let your happiness or self-worth depend solely on a woman's attention, approval, or affection. Imagine this. You meet a man who radiates calm confidence, whose life remains steady whether he's alone or surrounded by others. That unshakable energy is magnetic. It inspires admiration. This is the energy you must embody by anchoring yourself in your values, passions, and personal goals. You show her that your self-worth is intrinsic, not dependent on her or anyone else. You unconsciously communicate, "I value you, but I do not need you to complete me." Why emotional independence is so powerful. Stoicism teaches self-control and balance. You can control your attitude, your actions, and your growth. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing. What a good man should be one." So ask yourself, are you leading yourself with honor and discipline, or are you letting fear erode your strength? Why respect comes from authenticity and confidence. Respect isn't demanding. It's earned through authenticity, being true to yourself. Confidence, trusting your own worth. Unshakable, self-respect, valuing yourself first. If you want to be respected and cherished, you must first respect and cherish yourself. Build a life so full and vibrant that anyone who joins it feels lucky to be part of it. Be the man who isn't afraid of loss, because he knows his value is undeniable. And remember, in stoic happiness, true contentment doesn't come from what you gain or lose, but from the peace of knowing you are enough. So how will you start living this principle today? If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Pillars for more powerful stoic life lessons. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. See you in the next video. Now let's dive into another powerful insight. When a woman greets you like this, she's crazy about you. High-value men must recognize these signs. A woman's true attraction isn't shown through words. It's revealed in how she reacts when she sees you. When she's genuinely drawn to you, her entire demeanor shifts. The second you enter the room, her eyes light up, her smile broadens, her body language becomes more open and animated. It's not just politeness, it's an instinctive response coming from deep emotions. The key: pay attention to how quickly she reacts. If she lights up instantly, before she has a chance to consciously react, it's a sign she's truly excited by your presence. The Stoic perspective on attraction. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. A high-value man remains grounded, observant, and stoically aware of the subtle signals others give off in a world filled with superficial interactions. Stoicism teaches us to look beyond words and focus on real connections. Why this matters for you. When you see a woman light up at your presence, it's a powerful signal. But here's the most important part. Appreciate it, but don't become dependent on it. Enjoy the moment, but stay grounded in your own self-worth. Never chase validation. Let respect and attraction come naturally, a true high value. Man recognizes attraction, but never lets it control him. That's the essence of stoic happiness. Seeing what's real, cherishing it, and maintaining your emotional balance through it all. The high-value mindset: attraction without attachment interest is great, but a high-value man doesn't let it dictate his self-worth or actions. Instead, he moves with confidence, rooted in a deep understanding of himself and the world around him. When a woman's energy shifts for you when you enter a room, and a woman's entire demeanor lights up, that's one of the purest, most instinctive signs of attraction. It's not forced. It's not calculated. It's her subconscious excitement coming to the surface. Pay attention to her energy shift. Does she suddenly seem more engaged and present? Her body language. Is she facing you, playing with her hair, or mirroring you? The immediate reaction does her face brighten before she even realizes it. These are powerful signals of genuine interest. But here's the key: a high-value man doesn't let this define him. He appreciates the moment, but doesn't cling to it. He stays present, observes and moves forward with calm confidence, physical touch, a silent cue of interest. A woman's touch is rarely accidental. It's often a deeper, unspoken expression of attraction, a lingering handshake holding on just a second longer than necessary, a casual touch on your arm, a light, playful gesture during conversation, a warm embrace, a hug that lingers or involves extra closeness. These subtle signals reveal her comfort level and desire to connect with you. But here's where the Stoic mindset comes into play. A high-value man doesn't overanalyze or get overly excited. He stays calm and composed, allowing her actions to speak for themselves. He doesn't seek validation. He already knows his worth. Real-life example: the power of staying grounded. Imagine you're at a networking event. You meet someone new. She shakes your hand, but instead of letting go, she lingers. Later, she laughs at your joke and lightly touches your arm. A low-value man might get overly excited, reading too much into it, or reacting too eagerly. A high-value man, he simply acknowledges it and remains composed. This level-headed confidence makes him irresistible. He doesn't chase or rush things. He lets the dynamic unfold naturally while staying in control of himself. Strong eye contact, a window to attraction. Body language speaks louder than words, and eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of non-verbal communication. If a woman maintains strong, intentional eye contact, it's a major sign of interest. She holds your gaze longer than usual. Her eyes seem locked onto yours, full of emotion. There's a depth to her look that suggests attraction. This isn't a quick glance. It's a moment of connection and intensity. A high-value man doesn't break eye contact nervously or look away too quickly. Instead, he meets her gaze with the same level of confidence. The Stoic approach to attraction: a high-value man understands that attraction is just one piece of the puzzle. He doesn't cling to external validation. His confidence comes from within. He doesn't chase or force things. He lets attraction develop naturally. He doesn't lose himself in emotions. He stays grounded and in control. The way you respond to subtle signals, the woman's touch, her eye contact, her energy says more about your character than words ever could. So next time you notice these signs, ask yourself, am I responding from a place of confidence and control, or am I letting my emotions dictate my reaction? The silent power of eye contact, attraction or connection. Sometimes attraction isn't spoken, it's felt. You might notice her eyes flickering between yours, as if she's carefully reading your reactions, gauging your emotions, or searching for validation of the connection she feels with you. This kind of deep eye contact isn't just a passing glance, it's a sign of vulnerability and trust. It's her silent way of saying, I'm fully present with
you. In this moment, you may find that breaking eye contact becomes difficult, not because you're forcing it, but because something magnetic is happening between the two of you. If the energy in the air suddenly feels different when your eyes meet, that's a strong indicator that she's not just looking at you. She's focused on you in a way that signals deeper interest. Why eye contact feels so powerful. As the ancient Stoic Seneca once said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. This reminds us that emotions are often amplified by the meaning we attach to them. In the same way, the power of eye contact isn't just about the gaze itself, it's about how it makes you feel, the emotions it stirs within you, whether it signals a deeper connection beyond the surface. What makes eye contact so fascinating is that it creates a silent dialogue between two people without saying a word. She's communicating, I see you. I want to understand you more. This intensity can make you wonder about her intentions, and that's where a high-value man must step back and differentiate between casual attention and real desire. The Stoic mindset composure over impulsivity. The Stoics taught that true strength lies in emotional balance. No matter what situation you find yourself in, it's essential to acknowledge her interest without letting emotions override logic. Maintain composure and return her gaze confidently. Let your self-assurance speak louder than words. A high-value man doesn't become overly eager or lost in the moment. Instead, he remains grounded. Not because he's indifferent, but because he understands his own worth isn't dependent on external validation. The science of attraction, why her eyes linger. Ever wondered why some people feel magnetic simply because of the way they look at you when a woman greets you with deep eye contact? It's not random, it's instinctive. It's driven by curiosity. She wants to know more about you, desire, she's drawn to something in you, emotional connection. She feels present in your energy. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Her thoughts about you, her interest, her attraction, her curiosity are all reflected in the way she looks at you. If she searches for your eyes across a crowded room or holds your gaze even after a greeting is over, that's a clear sign she's drawn to you. How a high-value man responds before you react. Ask yourself, does her gaze feel intentional, or is it just a polite exchange? Does she hold eye contact longer than expected, or does she quickly look away? A high-value man knows how to read these signs and respond without jumping to conclusions. Just because a woman shows interest doesn't mean you act impulsively. Stoicism teaches that emotional control is key to maintaining dignity and strength. Even if she's crazy about you, your mindset should remain checkmark calm, composed, anchored in your values. Beyond attraction, the depth of true connection. Strong eye contact isn't always about seduction. Sometimes it's about genuine connection in a world full of distractions. Offering someone your full attention is rare if she's willing to do that for you. It's a sign that she's not just flirting, she's genuinely invested in who you are. And this is where Stoicism becomes your greatest tool. By understanding that your worth isn't tied to external validation, you can appreciate her attention without becoming dependent on it. As the great Lao once said, "He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still." Final thought, read the signs, stay grounded. Attraction is exciting, but a high-value man never lets it. Define him if a woman's eyes linger on. You observe, appreciate, but stay in control. Control if you feel the magnetism, enjoy it, but don't lose yourself in it. If she's showing strong signals, let the moment unfold naturally. Eye contact is one of the most honest forms of communication, but what matters most is how you handle it. So ask yourself, do you stay calm and confident, or do you become flustered? Do you let her attention? Define your value, or do you already know your worth? The choice is yours. The true high value. Man knows his presence is enough. Signs she's truly into you. The power of name and conversation. One. She greets you with an intense gaze. When a woman locks eyes with you, it's more than just a casual glance. It's a silent message. She's not just looking at you. She's reading you, feeling your presence, engaging your response. Next time this happens, remember, it's not just about her being crazy about you. It's about how you respond. Your ability to stay grounded, confident, and composed speaks louder than words. A high-value man acknowledges attraction, but remains centered in his own sense of self. Two, she uses your name, Adalan. You, when a woman consistently uses your name in conversation, it's not by accident, it's a subtle but powerful way of making the interaction feel personal and intimate. Picture this. "Hey Mark, how have you been? It's great to see you." Michael, it may seem like a small detail, but it's a deliberate move that serves multiple purposes. It grabs your attention. It creates a sense of closeness and familiarity. It signals that she sees you as someone special, not just another face in the crowd. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts if she keeps saying your name. Chances are her thoughts are colored by her attraction to you. Why this matters in today's fast-paced world. People are often distracted, glued to their phones, lost in their own thoughts. If she takes the time to focus on you, using your name as a tool to deepen the connection, that's a sign of genuine interest. Even the tone she uses when saying your name can reveal her feelings. Whether it's warmth, excitement, or a hint of playfulness is not just what she says, but how she says it. The Stoic perspective, a high-value man doesn't cling to external validation, but he does recognize when a woman's attention is meaningful, stay present in the moment, observe how she says your name, not just how often appreciate her attention, but don't let it define your worth. Because in the end, true contentment comes from within, not from how often someone speaks your name. 3. She asks you thoughtful, engaging questions. One of the clearest signs that a woman is genuinely into you is when her questions go beyond small talk instead of the generic. How's it going, she asks. How's that project you mentioned last time? I remember you love photography. What's your latest shot? This tells you two things. She remembers details about your life. She actually cares why this is a big deal. In a world full of superficial conversations, a woman who asks deep, meaningful questions is showing you that check mark. She's paying attention. She values what makes you unique. She's genuinely curious about who you are beyond the surface, the high-value man's response. A woman drawn to a high-value man will be just as selective with her attention as he is with his. If she's engaging in thoughtful conversation, that means you've captured her attention in a way most men haven't. But here's where Stoic wisdom comes in. Just because a woman shows interest doesn't mean you should instantly jump in or get ahead of yourself. A confident man appreciates the connection, but remains composed and in control. The key is to stay grounded, enjoy the moment, but never let external validation dictate your self-worth. Final thoughts: how to respond like a high-value man. Recognize the signs: her gaze, her use of your name, her thoughtful questions. Stay confident and composed. Acknowledge her attention, but don't let it define you. Engage, but don't chase. A true high-value man lets things unfold naturally. Attraction is a two-way street. When a woman shows clear signs of interest, how you respond makes all the difference. So next time she locks eyes with you, says your name with warmth, or asks about your passions, how will you respond? The deeper meaning behind her actions, eye contact, attention, and mirroring when a woman greets you with more than just surface-level interest. Whether through a deep gaze, asking thoughtful questions, or even mirroring your body language, it's not just attraction, it's admiration, respect, and a true desire to connect. How to respond like a high-value man as a high-value man. It's important to meet this level of attention with equal mindfulness. A Stoic mindset teaches us to appreciate meaningful exchanges, but without losing ourselves in them. Stay present in the moment. Give her the same level of attention she's offering you. But remember, it's not about oversharing or letting your guard down immediately. It's about recognizing the opportunity to build something genuine. When someone shows they care enough to connect on a deeper level, ask yourself, are you open to connecting with people who see the real you? Or are you still caught up in superficial interactions? If you're a man focused on cultivating a Stoic mindset, living with purpose, and striving to high value, you will understand the importance of surrounding yourself with people who see your worth and engage with you beyond the surface. Next time she asks thoughtful questions, when she greets you with questions that delve deeper, recognize it for what it truly is, a sign of genuine interest. She's not just making small talk. She's trying to understand the essence of who you are as a high-value man. You know that the quality of the people in your life, especially women, often reflects how deeply they connect with you. If she's invested in getting to know you, is because she respects and values you. But don't rush. As Stoicism teaches, patience and awareness are key in every interaction. Keep your standards high and stay true to yourself, engaging only with those who genuinely care. Mirroring body language, a powerful signal. One of the most subtle but powerful signs of interest a woman can show is when she mirrors your body language. Imagine this: you subtly shift your position or lean in a bit, and she does the same. It's not a coincidence. Mirroring is a natural subconscious response that creates a bond between you and her. It's how we align ourselves with those we feel connected to. When she mirrors your movements, whether it's crossing arms, leaning in, or simply shifting your posture, it's her way of saying, I get you. This mirroring happens automatically. It's not planned. It's a silent form of communication that reflects trust, rapport, and comfort. What should a high-value man do when you notice her mirroring your body language? Don't jump to conclusions. Instead, reflect on the moment with the calmness and clarity of a stoic. Remember, Stoicism teaches us to master ourselves rather than being ruled by external signals. Just because she mirrors your movements doesn't mean you've won her over. It's simply a sign of her interest. The real question is, how do you respond? Do you let her body language feed your ego? Or do you use this as an opportunity to connect with her on a deeper level, emotionally and mentally? Stoic wisdom in action? Stoicism is about remaining grounded and not reacting impulsively. So while mirroring is a strong indicator of her interests, pause and reflect. Are you acting from emotion or rational thought? As a high-value man, you don't react to every external cue. Instead, you use them as tools to guide the interaction in the direction you choose. Stay calm, composed, and in control. Just as the Stoics taught, by doing so, you can lead the dynamic naturally without even speaking a word. Final thoughts: if a woman is mirroring your movements or asking meaningful questions, it's a clear sign that she's invested in understanding you on a deeper level. But always remember, Stoicism is about self-mastery. Don't let her interest define your worth. Recognize the signals but remain centered in your own values and principles. Lead with your energy, harness the power of Stoicism when you're not focused on chasing reactions, but instead lead with your own energy. You naturally place yourself in the position of power. As Epicus wisely said, we cannot control the impressions others form about us, and the effort only debases our character. So when you notice a woman mirroring your body language or showing other signs of interest, don't get overly excited or try to manipulate the situation. Instead, remain steady. Let her actions be just that, actions, while you maintain your inner peace and clarity. What should you do when she mirrors you? The key question here is, what's my ultimate goal? Are you simply trying to bask in the attention, or are you aiming for a deeper connection that goes beyond surface-level gestures? If your goal aligns with Stoic principles, you'll seek a bond built on mutual respect and shared values, not just on fleeting attraction. High-value men know that true connection comes from looking beyond the temporary thrills and focusing on what truly matters. This brings us back to the core of Stoicism and high-value masculinity. Being a high-value man isn't just about recognizing women's signals. It's about mastering yourself throughout the process. You're aware of the dynamics, but you stay rooted in your own values and principles, mirroring a subtle yet strong signal. When she mirrors your body language, it's just one piece of the puzzle, but it's a significant one. As a high-value man, you're piecing together the entire picture. You're not driven by immediate gratification or validation. Instead, you're deliberate and focused on what you truly want from the interaction. This calm and confident presence will naturally draw her to you because it shows you're in control of yourself, a rare and powerful quality. Remember, Stoicism teaches us to remain composed, observe without judgment, and act with intention. Apply Stoicism beyond just romance. Now think about how you can apply these Stoic principles to every interaction in your life. How can you maintain that calm, unshakable core, no matter the signals others are giving you? Understanding these Stoic lessons will not only help you navigate romantic relationships more effectively, but will also lead to continuous personal growth. She prolongs the greeting, a key signal of interest in today's fast-paced world, where time seems to fly by. It can be hard to know when someone genuinely values your presence, but for high-value men who understand Stoic happiness, recognizing these signals becomes easier. One of the most telling signs that a woman is really interested in you is when she prolongs the greeting. As Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. If she's making an effort to extend your interaction, it's because she values every second she spends with you. The prolonged greeting. What does it mean? Imagine this: you greet her casually, expecting a brief exchange, but instead she keeps the conversation going. Maybe she brings up something you both enjoy or recalls a shared experience. Anything to extend the moment. This isn't just small talk, it's subtle attachment, where her actions say, I want more of this connection. When a woman goes out of her way to keep a conversation alive, especially when she could easily be on her way, she's showing you that your company matters to her. understanding the signal in a world filled with distractions. Someone who makes time for you is giving you a precious gift. A woman who stretches out a simple greeting is prioritizing your presence, an act that should never be taken lightly. This is where Stoic wisdom truly comes into play by being grounded and present. You can recognize when someone is giving you their full attention. You can appreciate the depth of the connection she's trying to build. Understanding that time spent with you is valuable to her. The Stoic man's approach for a Stoic man, rushing or dismissing these moments, isn't the answer. Instead, value them. Appreciate that in a world where time is money, she's choosing to invest her time in you as high-value men. We know that small, meaningful moments like this are just as important as grand gestures. So next time a woman seems reluctant to end the conversation, recognize it for what it is, a clear signal of attraction. The wisdom of Stoicism. The wisdom of Stoicism tells us to cherish the present moment. Be fully aware of the subtle cues people give us and respond with grace and strength. Conclusion: if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on Stoic life lessons and high-value living. Stay focused, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.